Scott Welch gets the live action underway tonight against Michael Murray. Murray, you never know what you get with him. Eccentric character in some ways, but the last British fighter to beat Julius Francis. Also made some boxing history by lasting only 9 seconds when he confronted Pele Reid. Most unfortunate this night, stopped before it started because he dislocated his shoulder. He'll certainly hope for better luck tonight, and he's capable at his best of causing an upset or two. Commentary team, Glenn will join Ian Darke as usual after our Master of Ceremonies, Mike Goodall.
Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome viewers live and exclusive on Sky Sports to a packed York Hall in Bethnal Green in London's East End, where Frank Warren for Sports Network proudly presents Championship Boxing. Our officials this evening, all appointed by the British Boxing Board of Control. We begin our coverage with a heavyweight contest of 8 3-minute rounds, and first introducing in the red corner, wearing the yellow trunks, coming from Manchester. He weighed in at 16 stone 5 pounds, and as a professional has had 33 contests, 16 wins, 9 wins by way of KO with 17 losses. He's the former Central Area Heavyweight Champion of Great Britain. Please welcome Michael Murray. And across the ring in the blue corner, wearing the all black trunks, coming from Hove in Sussex. He weighed in at 16 stone 1 pound. He's had 24 professional contests, 21 wins, 17 by way of knockout with 3 losses. He's the former undefeated and Commonwealth heavyweight champion, ladies and gentlemen, Scott Welch. Your referee for this contest, Mr. Richie Davis, and this is 8 3-minute rounds.
And this is a very important fight for these two fighters. Scott Welch, his career's been going nowhere really since the night that he was so comprehensively beaten by Henry Akinwande in a WBO World Heavyweight title fight. Needs a big win, needs a big year. Otherwise he could be yesterday's news. Against him, Michael Murray. And which Michael Murray will turn up tonight? He can be dangerous if he's fit and motivated. Sometimes he has a habit of going through the motions, but there is talent there with Murray. He holds wins over Julius Francis, who you'll see later, the reigning British heavyweight champion, and Derek Williams, who was a Commonwealth champion, and also Marcus Bott, who went on to become World Cruiserweight champion. So Murray has his moments. Scott Welch, he did have one good win in quick time over the Ukrainian Yuri Yelostratov in 64 seconds, but was pretty poor last time against Peter Obo. It's a good right hand there from Welch. He needs, Glenn, to rediscover that 1994 5 form, doesn't he?
Yes, he does. You just think he needs to get rid of some ghosts that are still in his head from the Akinwande fight. He needs a good performance to get his mind right and to get himself settled in the game again. But as you said, Ian, Murray at times can cause surprises. It's just, you know, what sort of form he's in. What if he really fancies it, if he's up for it, he can be a good performer.
These two have met before, just over 4 years ago. Welsh won on points over 8 rounds in Manchester. Good right hand going through from Michael Murray. Welsh under some pressure here in the opening round. Murray going for it. Perhaps he's thinking, Glenn, look, if I can beat this fellow, I'm back in the shake-up at the top of the British scene.
That's right. Certainly this would be a big win for Murray if he could get it just at the right time. You know, just turn his career around and just allow him to get certainly some big paydays, and you never know, title fights, whatever.
Worth reminding ourselves too that last year Murray caused a big upset over the prospect Kevin McBride in 3 rounds, totally exposed his limitations. So he can be a bit of a party pooper, Michael Murray. Murray not in bad shape either at 16 stone 5. He's often looked a bit more blubbery than that.
Well, that's the important thing. How long has Murray been in the gym? Has he worked hard for this fight? If he has, then he'll be focused, he'll try hard.
Welch, by the way, 16 stone 11. Murray, in his first round, looking very positive.
Well, Murray's certainly done more in this round. He's the one that tried to force the fight back Welch onto the ropes. And I think this is his round.
And not much argument about that, I would say. We're at a packed York Hall, Bethnal Green tonight. The heavyweights dominating the action. Julius Francis and Pele Reid in a British and Commonwealth heavyweight title fight still to come. And an important little battle here with Michael Murray in the yellow trunks doing well here against Scott Welch.
Yes, look at this. A good attack from Murray. Just pushing Welch onto the ropes. Just letting the shots go. Catching him through the middle and round the sides as Welch just tries to cover up.
Scott Welch, who's 30 years of age now. In that hot streak in his career, he beat James Ayabola to become British champion. Good right uppercut there from Murray and a right cross too. He too has a win over Julius Francis. Welch stopped him in 10 rounds.
Welch waiting around a little bit, allowing Murray to attack. He's got to try and be first to the punch.
Murray getting some of these shots through as well.
And maybe Welch getting a bit frustrated. He called Murray in there. Murray obliged and landed with a good right hand.
It's not a bad performance, this, from a granddad. And that's what Michael Murray's become in the last few days. His daughter, Deanna, giving birth to baby Nakalai. 34-year-old granddad.
Granddad at the ripe old age of 34.
Yeah, George Foreman and Larry Holmes and granddads, and they're still going.
Well, this is a good start from Murray. Really putting the pressure on Welch, and Welch just stuck to the canvas there, doing nothing back.
Oh, he's got him with a right hand, though. Where did he find that from, Scott Welch? Under pressure, but that's a good shot. And suddenly Scott Welch is right back in it. Murray hurt in round two.
Well, he needed to find something, Scott Welch. He was waiting around.
And piling on the pressure now. Murray using his experience to hold on to try to get some respite. How important will that punch prove to be in Scott Welch's career? If it's the gateway to victory here, very important. But Murray's head seems to be clearing.
Yes, Murray trying to fight back, pushing Welch again on the ropes, but he's been hurt, Ian.
Down again, another headshot. Down for the second time in the round, Murray, and Welch is on the verge here. Up with the count at 8, Murray. Can Welch finish it here in the second round? If he can, it's a big win for him.
And those punches were just short, clubbing punches from Welch. And Murray managing to get through.
Well, that's a really great round for Scott Welch, and it will do wonders for his morale and confidence after a dodgy period in his career.
It's just a short, little sharp punch on the top of the head, or just to the side of the head, just made him go down there. It was just that one punch, just that short, little sharp, hooking right hand to the side of the head. It was a good right uppercut, went in there from Murray, and then just that short little right hand. He just staggers there, stays, but then eventually he has to go down on one knee.
But that was when Scott Welch was under quite a lot of pressure as well. Third round, due to go 8 this one. Can Scott Welch force his way back into the reckoning in the British heavyweight boxing picture? There's a man, plenty of money behind him. He and his wife run a couple of rest homes down in Sussex. He drives fast cars as well. He doesn't need boxing for the money, but he likes the glory. And a good right hand from Welch there.
Still looks a bit tight and caught with a big right himself there, Welch.
Look at Murray coming here, look at Murray here. Big right hands from him. Welch has to soak those up. He invites Murray in again at him. Murray wants this badly too. To be honest with you, Glenn, it's a much better fight than I thought it would be.
This is a good fight, and Murray has ambition in the ring here. He's pushing Welch for everything he can.
Fortune's ebbing and flowing as well, Glenn. Sorry.
Yes, I'm sorry, he's just looking for the big punch, Welch. There's no jabbing. You know, he's allowing Murray to push him back against the ropes, and he's just waiting for the one single shot.
Good shot again from Murray. He does have some ability, particularly when he's in the mood, and that's another right hand that's caught Welch off balance. He looked disorganised for a moment there, and a bit unsteady on his legs as well, if I'm not mistaken, Scott Welch. You almost feel here it's a case of which one's going to go first.
Well, Welch has got to show something else. He's waiting too long. He's allowing Murray to build up the attacks. He's just looking for single shots. He needs to do a lot more.
It's good effort from Murray in this round. Good comeback after being down twice in round 2. Coming up towards the end of round 3, and probably Murray's round. No telling which way this one is going to go. Bob Shannon there working in the corner with Michael Murray tonight. Murray's done well.
Well, it showed how much he really wants to win here. Come back after a bad second round, Murray, to win the third. Good punching, just a lot busier than Welch. Look at that good right hand, pushing Welch off balance and maybe even hurting him there.
Round 4, Scott Welch, the former British heavyweight champion and world title contender, and the black trunks, the yellow of Michael Murray, also fought for the British heavyweight title and got blown away in 5 rounds by Herbie Hyde. That was quite a long time ago. 6 years to be exact. Welch looked tired, didn't he, in that last round there?
Yes, he did. I think one of the problems with Welch is he just tense himself up so much. It means an awful lot to him. Gets himself very tight, as he did in the Akinwande fight. And this is happening here. He's getting frustrated. He's not getting his punches off. By doing that, he's then tiring himself out.
Really would be unthinkable a defeat here for Scott Welch. Where he could go from there, I really don't know. It's a must-win fight, this, for Welch. Gets him again with a right hand. Welch, he was on the run for a moment there, Murray. blowing a little heavily, Murray too. Oh, and that's a good left hook too from Scott Welch.
Oh, he's just trying to keep his head down pretty low just to avoid the right hands from Welch. Just fiddle his way through the pressure.
Looking for those rights to the head all the time, Scott Welch. Didn't fight all last year, Welch, because of injuries and took a little time away. He says that's freshened him up. Maybe recharge the batteries. But Murray is giving him a fair old argument here. Hitting on the break is what Richie Davis is saying, and if you do it again, I'm going to deduct a point.
Well, that's the last thing that Scott Welch needs at this point.
The referee described it as a cheap shot by Scott Welch.
Again, he's just not having any success with his jab. Welch just can't get that punch going.
Quiet around this fourth. Still to come, the British and Commonwealth heavyweight title fight tonight. The top of the bill, Julius Francis defends against big punching Pele Reid. Heavyweights all the way. Fifth round, Scott Welch, black trunks. On the scorecard, and this is due to go 8 rounds, Welch may be ahead because he had a 10-7 round with the 2 knockdowns in round 2.
Yes, I just give him a 10-8 round on my card. I thought that was Murray's round apart from the knockdown, so I couldn't give him a 10-7.
Oh, he's got him again though. Combination punching from Scott Welch. Murray down for the 3rd time. The count's at 8, he was up at 8. And Murray waves Welch in. Oh, and he's got him with some counter punches here. He was sucking in there, Scott Welch. He accepted the invitation, and Murray was lying in wait like a predator.
Oh, what a good heavyweight fight this is, going one way then the other.
He kidded him there.
Yes, he's right up for it, Michael Murray. He's been hurt a few times, but he comes storming back.
But it's Murray who's been on the floor in this round. That's a very good stiff jab from Welch. It's a good fight.
Well, it is good. It's good also to see Murray at this stage of his career, when he's pretty much been tagged in the journeyman category for a long time. He's pulling out this sort of performance, really trying and going for it.
He's giving it everything here to try to avenge his original defeat against Scott Welch back in December of 1994. Welch covering up well that time. Looks to be a little bit of damage by the right eye of Murray. Not a cut as such, just a kind of blotchy mark just underneath the right eye. is the latest knockdown. It's a very, very good shot with the right hand.
Yes, that was a well-timed shot. He didn't really stick the jab out fully, just mainly took the eye with the jab, just feinted it, and then a beautifully timed right hand, which put Murray down. But he got up, and he come firing back at Welch. Good uppercut there, then the left hook. And he tries to keep the pressure on, but Welch had his wits about him, covered up, and just kept out of trouble in that exchange. But a decent right uppercut and left hook there from Murray.
Still spitting defiance, Michael Murray. But he's got to be behind now in this fight. Welch must be ahead with 3 knockdowns to his name.
The last round I give a 10-8 round for Welch. So a couple of points ahead now for Welch, but still not boxing well. Welch, he hasn't used the jab, hasn't used much variety, pretty much relying on single punches.
Wins, Scott Welch, and 3 defeats, 17 wins by knockout. Murray 16 wins and 17 defeats in his career. He did rather become a journeyman for quite a long time, but he's had a little bit of a mini revival over the last 12 months.
Throwing punches there, Welch, but not really landing with those shots. Murray just turning his head and catching them on the arms and on the gloves.
Messy for the moment, nothing too clean landing.
Murray's the one that's trying to get his jab working. Still Welch just can't get that punch going to any effect.
A lot of people say Scott Welch throws on the night he fought Henry Akin one day. Personally, I thought he was just simply way out of his depth.
Yes, I would agree with you on that fight. He just couldn't get anything going whatsoever, and the technical ability and the reach and everything that Akinwande had in his advantage, he used so well.
He's had the 3 knockdowns, but it hasn't really been that convincing a performance this by Scott Welch. Nothing to make the other British heavyweights lose too much sleep, I wouldn't think.
Yes,
he's got fair power though, isn't he?
He's got fair power, and that's what's bringing him through thus far. But at times he's not doing very much at all. In this round, just gone to sleep and allowed Murray to fiddle him out of it.
Last quarter of a minute of the 6th round. Due to go 8 this. Welch looking for the big finish. Fighters know instinctively when the final few seconds of the round are in the ring at the moment. 7th round of 8 this one, with former British heavyweight champion Scott Welch in the black trunks ahead, we would say, here against Michael Murray, who's been on the floor 3 times, but Murray has definitely had his moments here and has certainly made Welch work for it. Then scorecard says...
Yes, I just got Welch ahead by the 1 point. He just hasn't done enough in the rest of the rounds. He's had the 3 knockdowns, and that's what's got him ahead. But he's just not busy, and he's not making it clear enough. And Murray just picking up points here and there by being busier.
I've got it a bit wider than that, I must say, but there you go. Watch the holding is the warning from London cab driver Richie Davis to Michael Murray. Murray, who's a father of 4, apart from being a grandfather now. He's got a couple of sons called Cassius and Clay. So no prizes for guessing who his hero is.
It wouldn't be Muhammad Ali, would it?
Could be. Certainly no similarity in style.
No, there's not, but he's still trying to work well, Murray, and he's got to keep looking at Welch not doing enough, shaking his head a little bit there. Things just not going his way.
Good shot again from Welch. His extra power has been the difference in many ways here. Another left hook.
In the right hand from Welch. That just stung Murray.
And again, the right seemed to land quite so flush.
And Welch looking the stronger in this round. Murray starting to look tired.
The word from the Manchester gym about Murray was that he was quite fit for this fight, so I'm not quite sure what that meant.
Well, that was a good right hand from Murray there. He just made Welch slide along the ropes.
Welch looking the more durable of the two in this one. There's only a round to go. How have you got this, Glenn?
I've got this 2 points ahead to Scott Welch. A couple of slaps there from his trainer, trying to wake him up. It hasn't been a good performance from Scott Welch. I'm trying to have it 67-65. Even was the last round. He looked stronger in the last one. Murray just starting to tire, not able to keep Welch on the back foot or on the ropes for any length of time.
Ian Alcock, by the way, is training Scott Welch tonight. He's been through a few trainers. He had Jim McDonnell at the time he fought Akin one day. There was Sal. He was with Jimmy Tibbs as recently as a couple of weeks ago, but that didn't work out either. So that may be indicative of a sort of turmoil in the background for Scott Welch. It's a difficult period of his career, but he does look on the verge of a win here. Quite where it would take him, couldn't exactly be sure, but it certainly keeps him in the picture, if nothing else. Murray may still have something for us, though. It's good work by Welch. Forced backwards to getting in a good combination and rabbit punching in the process and incurring the wrath of Richie Davis.
Maybe a little sign of Welch's frustration at not getting his shots off cleanly, not being able to work when he would like to. This has been an improved performance from Michael Murray, coming here with a bit of ambition. Had good spells in this fight.
He's still got that ambition as well.
Still has right here in the last round, still trying to push Welch against the ropes and work away.
Well, Murray knows that the finishing tape is in sight now. I would think that he's guessing he's probably behind. He needs to find probably a knockout punch. Oh, and it's a really good right hand. Didn't quite land clean.
But again, he's doing more than Welch in this round. Trying to keep Welch off balance with his back over the ropes.
Still hasn't got that old fire that he had around 95, has he, Welch?
No, most definitely not. He looks at long spells as if he's been thinking about punches. He was thinking then, got tagged with a short right hand.
Murray's done pretty well in this last round. But will that be enough for him?
Up to this point is a Murray round. He's the busier, wanted it more in the last.
We shall soon know which way this one's going. Last round, remember. That's Murray who won the last round, but it's Welch who's won the fight. Scott Welch repeats his points victory over Michael Murray of just over 4 years ago. Some boos from a few people in the crowd. It wasn't that convincing by Scott Welch, despite the 3 knockdowns, but I reckon that was the right winner myself. What do you think?
Well, on my card, I come out with Scott Welch as the winner, just by 1 point. Well, I thought Murray definitely won the last round. It was not a good performance for Welch, and I think the crowd were a little bit upset because Murray had tried so hard, and Welch really, I think, just won it on the knockdowns. That's what clinched it for him. The rest of the work was not good, but the knockdowns were enough.
Yeah, without the knockdowns, it was a sort of evenish kind of fight, but with the knockdowns, Welch wins it on the card. But how convincing was that really?
Ladies and gentlemen, after 8 hard rounds, the referee scorecard reads Michael Murray 74 points, Scott Welch 77 points. The winner, Scott Welch.
A 3-point margin for Scott Welch, and the knockdowns would have definitely affected that, obviously. So he stays in the picture, but how much of a threat is he really anymore to the leading heavyweights in the country?
What a great hors d'oeuvre before our top of the bill.